I can see that it's a horseshoe, but what's the image on the inside?
Yeah, this is about an inch and a half in circumference, and in the centre of it is a rather mysterious picture of a French poilu or soldier, and he's wearing a helmet from the First World War. So this is clearly one of those First World War charms. Many of them, secular ones. There are many religious charms worn during the First World War, but there was also a huge market for mass-produced horseshoe talisman items like this one, and obviously someone's then put the image of a loved one in there, and that, when you look at the back side of that, you can see how you take the back out, and then each person could individually put their own image of their husband or fiance or son in there.
So what's the meaning of the horseshoe?
Fascinating history on the horseshoe, because we can go back and look at sources 5 centuries ago and find that the horseshoe was a hugely potent anti-witchcraft charm. In fact, if you were talking to someone in the 16th century about horseshoes, they would say, "Oh yeah, very good against witches." That's probably what it was. There's less talk about it being about luck. And so we do actually get some references in witch trial records of people putting up horseshoes. There's one from Essex, for example, where they basically force a suspected witch under a doorway above which they had put a horseshoe as a means of negating the spells that she was accused of putting on them. So yeah, we have to think a bit differently about the horseshoe in a historic context than we think about it today. And even in the 19th century, we have plenty of references that the horseshoe was still considered mainly as a anti-witchcraft talisman rather than the more generic good luck.
And so why are people today still putting horseshoes outside their homes?
It's fascinating that the tradition continues of people putting this above their house, but I've not come across anyone who's done it to ward off witches these days. People put it up there for good luck, and a lot of people talk about whether the horse should be, which way round the horseshoe should be put up. Should it be with the curve upwards or whatever? In fact, when you look at the historic sources, it can be hung either way. There's no specifics. So that's something which has developed more recently as well. So over the last century, we can actually, in a sense, trace the ways in which the horseshoe has become this sort of modern, contemporary good luck charm and moved away from being one which was about very serious, potent anti-witchcraft.